about the law and people. That is not illegal with that flight type and how people can resolve and better themselves.
Justice with passion.
I knew what was wrong because I always defended everybody. I was always the one who found the solution and tried to resolve the problem by having people talk to each other.
Justice with truth.
Giving one more chance to tell the truth.
This is Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. Brent Mickelson is suing nightclub owner Melanie Kling in the amount of $3,000 for the cost of alcohol in a bar Mr. Mickelson says he paid for in advance, but never consumed.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Christina Perez presiding. Please be seated. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Bernard. Mr. Mickelson, I understand you wanted to celebrate a big birthday at the defendant's nightclub. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened.
I wanted to celebrate my birthday in Los Angeles, party with a few friends from college in LA, and so several weeks ahead of time, I went ahead and did my research and looked up a few different clubs. As I called my friends, they gave me a few to check out, and I came across this one called Club Sinister. So a week before my party, my 25th birthday, I decided that I would call the club. I called the club, I booked the table and reserved it. Miss Kling is the one that met me over the phone, and she basically told me in order for me to reserve a table that it was going to cost $100 to down payment to reserve the table for the evening.
Do you normally, Miss Kling, at this club, take reservations for tables?
Yes, and that's what Mr. Brent did. He had called and was to reserve a table because it was his birthday.
Basically, when he gave you that credit card and you took the $100, it was a reservation.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what happened next?
I, in fact, told her that I had confirmed 6 guests coming with me.
I'm
4
sorry,
girls.
excuse me, Your Honor, and I let him know that he had to be at the club by 10 o'clock.
1 second. He needs to explain what's going on. So,
Let me finish.
it was a table for how many people?
For 6 people. I told her that I had 4 girls and 2 guys coming, and I was one of the guys.
What were the other requirements?
The requirements, booking the table for $100, came with 3 bottles, 2 bottles of vodka, and 1 bottle of gin.
Once he was in the club for his reservation that he paid $100 for, did he have to buy 3 bottles, or was that mandatory?
The mandatory is 2 bottles, and I offered him the bottle of gin.
So, now fast forward to the day of the event.
I get to the club.
At what time do you arrive to the club?
I arrive at the club, Your Honor, at 10:35.
That is not true.
Okay, go ahead.
I was actually confronted by a bouncer, Mr. Pratt over here, that I could not enter the club with my guest.
Why not? Why could you not?
They said that I had to wait because for reasons of the club being over capacity, for reasons of them having to check the list.
Did you let him know that you had a reservation and showed him a confirmation? Did you have a confirmation, written confirmation?
No, I didn't. She told me by way of the phone that I would to come to the club, meet her. She said it was a pleasure for us to meet. She said that we were going to meet. And so when I got there to the club...
Okay, so you didn't provide your guest, your client, a reservation number?
I did.
A receipt?
No, because we did a reservation over the telephone.
Okay, so did he have a reservation number, a
Yes, he
specific
did.
code that he could give the bouncer so
Yes,
the bouncer knew?
Exactly, he
Your Honor,
did.
And you were the bouncer. Can you stand, please?
Your Honor, I was given a receipt.
Did Mr. Mickelson give you the reservation number when he appeared?
After I asked if he had a reservation,
Okay, so
he
then
said yes.
once, now, and you're Mr. Pratt.
Yes.
So you recognize the reservation number as one that Mr. Kitson would
No,
get?
it corresponds to the name on the list.
Okay, so then you confirmed it. It was a reservation that was there
Yes.
for a table that night.
For 10
Okay, all right, we got that. So what else happened? He
Your
did
Honor,
not let you in?
No. And
Why not?
Because he said that there were issues of regulating women to men ratio.
Mr. Pratt, why did you not let him in?
First, Your Honor, the way a customer approaches me makes a big difference. If you're going to approach me with attitude, they walked up, he's screaming he has a reservation, reaches for the velvet rope. I'm like, hey, you can't touch the rope. What are you doing, you know?
What's wrong with touching the rope?
Yeah,
It's not
you
illegal.
can't-
You can't enter the, it's my domain. I have to make
It's
sure.
your domain.
I have
Okay.
to make sure
So
that
did he show you he had a reservation?
He did.
Did you confirm the reservation?
Yes, I did.
Why did you not let him in?
Because the reservation was 10 and it was almost 11 o'clock.
It was 10:35.
It was closer to
Okay,
11, Your Honor.
so then you didn't want to let them in because you said they were late.
They were late, and first of all, their table wasn't even ready because we usually don't set up the table
Their
until
table wasn't ready. Their
well,
reservation. They had a reservation.
the table is ready, but it's not set up. There's a big difference. There's 3 bottles of
That
alcohol.
is a big difference. It
3
is a big.
bottles of
Okay, that's
alcohol
enough.
need to be-
That's enough. You knew you had a reservation coming, and that table wasn't ready. Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
All right.
That's not the case.
So then why else was he not let in? The table was not ready. He was late. Did you know you had to be there at a specific time?
Exactly.
She
I
told
told
me that I
him
had to
that.
be there
I
at
said-
10 o'clock, but the doors open
I
at
told
10.
him, I said, this is a
So you were there
club.
half an hour late.
Yes.
Okay. Do you make exceptions?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you
He
do?
did not call at all. He did not confirm. He didn't say. He just showed up.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
But you had $100. But you had $100 deposit.
Yes, but I told him. I said, you have
Non-refundable.
to be.
That guarantees his table.
That guarantees his table, but he has.
guarantees his table.
But Your Honor,
It guarantees his table.
his tables, but his female friends.
It
were not
guarantees
to
his
the club.
table.
It
Okay, so
does
why
guarantee-
was he not let in?
Coming up on Justice for All.
Explain to me why you're suing and what happened at the end of the night.
The tab was supposed to be $2,000, but Your Honor, I ended up by the end of the night being charged an extra $1,000 to my tab.
Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. We're back with the case of Brent Mickelson, who is suing nightclub owner Melanie Kling to recover the cost of a bar tab.
What about this ratio thing? Why was he not let?
Well,
Why does he
on the
say
list,
some
on the
ratio?
list it says 4 girls and 2 guys.
Who was there that day?
It wasn't 4 girls. My friend called in sick. She said she wasn't going to be able to make it. So I called a friend of mine, a buddy, who I went to college with, and told him, hey, I want to go to the party.
So you had
and
3
party
boys,
with her.
3 girls.
Yes.
Okay, but you still had 6 people.
Yes.
Okay, when you made the reservation, did you tell him that only a certain amount of men could go and a certain amount of women could go?
You know what I told him was, in order to run a successful club, I have a ratio, 2 women to each man.
So then, who gets to go into the club?
He basically looks past my 2 other guests and sees the 3 girls that I have with me and says that we can't go in. I asked him, look, it's cold outside. Can I at least let the ladies go inside while we wait, since we're quote-unquote waiting for a
So,
table?
Mr. Pratt, you let the ladies go
I
in?
actually did. I actually offered to let the
Okay,
ladies.
at what time did you do
And
that?
I even said
At
he could-
11-ish?
This was 11, yeah.
But you didn't let him go in?
Well,
Why?
I did say that he can escort the ladies in, but his other 2 friends would have to stay outside.
No, Your Honor, that was not made apparent while he was explaining to me that the girls could come in and that we could not. I was under the impression that I couldn't walk into the club, and
Your
so
Honor,
I stayed with my 2
dealing
friends.
with other I'm
Did you
dealing with other customers.
Did you know that it was his birthday and his reservation?
Yes, I did.
Your friend went
I
in.
knew
You
because they
were
were screaming,
there.
it's my birthday. When they came up, they looked
He
like
was
they were already
excited.
drunk.
I'd be screaming too
They
if
were
it were my
excited, but
birthday.
they were being
Now, so you
belligerent.
get to go in. You get to go in
Yes, Your Honor.
with your other 2 girlfriends.
Yes, Your Honor.
What time did Mr. Mickelson, go into the nightclub?
It had to have been close to 1:15, almost 1:30 in the morning. I was texting him all night.
Is
I
that
kept
funny?
going up to the
Yeah,
door.
it's not true.
What time did he go in?
Closer to 12:45. Yeah,
No.
12:40. Yeah,
Okay,
12:45.
that's still pretty bad.
Seriously?
12:45. Wow, 12:45.
Yeah, we had
So
hundreds
you
of
go
people
in. You
standing
go in at
outside.
12:45, and what happens at 12:45?
Your Honor, that's still an
1:15,
hour and 45 minutes. I mean, it's still an hour,
And you
almost.
waited
35.
outside that long?
Yeah.
So then what ended up happening then, Mr. Mickelson, because you're suing for a lot of money. Explain to me why you're suing and what happened at the end of the night.
The tab was supposed to be $2,000, but Your Honor, I ended up by the end of the night being charged an extra $1,000 to my tab.
The 2 bottles of alcohol, who drank them?
I have no idea.
Who drank
His guests drink them.
No,
No.
Did
Yes.
you drink them?
we had a very small amount of the bottles. There were random people coming up to our table. Even waitresses and waiters were coming up to our table, and they were grabbing drinks, and I
But
watched
there
them
was
take
random
them to
people
other
coming up
tables.
to your table. You should have stopped them.
And Your Honor, when I walked in,
He should have stopped.
She should have
No,
stopped.
no.
She should have stopped.
there should have been crowd control for our table. There should have been bottle control for our table.
Oh, wow.
We never got approached
She
by
should
a
have told the
hostess.
hostess that these
We-
people are not part of the party and not to.
Your Honor, when I walked
But
in,
why should she? She wasn't the one who made the reservation. The person who made the
Because
reservation, oh God, he was outside waiting because he was giving attitude to the bouncer, and the bouncer didn't want to let him in. That's what happened. So Brent, you are suing for all of your money back,
yes, ma'am.
right? And did you ever try to tell Miss Kling, I want my money back, I didn't get what I bargained for, and
I did in fact, but that was only after I saw the ending tab. When I got there,
What was the ending tab?
the ending tab was $3,000.
How did it go from
There was a lot of
2,000
yelling.
So here's the
My
deal.
bouncer
Your
had to
Honor-
go over there and stop
Your Honor-
yelling.
Why did it go from 3,000?
Your Honor, I got inside the club, okay, almost 30 to 45 minutes of it closing. I finally get to the table. 2 bottles that I had paid for were drunk all the way through.
Yes, because
A
you're
bottle
sat
of
right
gin-
there.
Right, when I sat at the table, a bottle of gin was drank halfway through, and there was an additional bottle of vodka sitting on the table that was empty as well. And she's saying that because the bottle was there sitting on our table, and a 4th bottle, she wants to charge us an additional
Yes, because you drank it.
$1,000.
It was not our bottle.
What did you drink that night?
Well, I only had a shot from the gin bottle itself, because the other vodka bottles were drunk.
That's all you drank?
Were drank, yes.
That when you got into the nightclub?
By the time
Yes.
he got in, that was all that was left was enough for each
Yes,
of us to
because you
have
guys
one
had
shot
drank it up.
together. No.
It's actually really simple. Mr. Mickelson did not get what he bargained for. He wanted a table. He was the host. You didn't let the host go in. So whatever happened, if you didn't let the guy go in, the host, you're lost. So he gets $3,000 back. Next time, be smarter. Look at yourself and figure out if your business practices are serious. You did not let the person who bargained for whatever you were guaranteeing go in and enjoy that. Therefore, you did not meet your end of the bargain. End of story, plain and simple. You get $3,000 back.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $3,000.
You know, all I wanted to do was celebrate my 25th birthday. That's it. You guys failed to help me celebrate. You know what? I got my money back, and that's it. I'm happy.
Fine. You're not welcome to my club anymore.
And later,
What happened when you went to the hospital?